Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Do you want to become insanely successful? Do you want to be the go-to guru in your industry? Do you want to be talked about for all the right reasons? For over 40 years, Kevin Harrington has helped people just like you become significant influencers. Now he's broken the process down in the Key Person of Influence roadmap, and it's yours for free. Just text KPI to him at 727-888-2100. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free step-by-step guide. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 to get the recognition you deserve and experience the success as the go-to voice everyone listens to in your industry today. Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. With me, as always, is our co-host, the inventor of the infomercial and the original shark on the hit TV show Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington. Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, unbelievable day. Great to be here, Seth. Thank you, buddy.
Awesome. We are joined by a very special guest today, Mr. Pete Vargas of Advance Your Reach, a business that helps people grow their businesses and spread their message through stages. He and his team have booked over 25,000 stages worldwide and generated tens of millions of dollars of revenue through those stages. He's booked legendary speakers like Shark Tank's Damon John, Kevin Harrington, Ryan Dice, and he himself has shared the stage with titans like Michael Phelps, Robert Cialdini, Howie Mandel, and Brendan Richard. Pete, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, excited to be here with you guys. Thanks for having me.
So how does one get into the booking 25,000 stages business?
Yeah, man. So it's crazy. Speakers impacted my life growing up. I came from a broken family. I heard a bunch of speakers on a stage. They inspired me, motivated me. Emmett Smith and David Robinson were two of the ones that inspired me deeply. Played for the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Cowboys. And then when I went over to Texas and took over as youth pastor, I brought in speakers. I brought in entrepreneurs, CEOs, executives, stay-at-home moms, health and wellness experts. I brought in all these speakers to grow my youth group because we only had 3 kids there. And I thought, what if I could bring in speakers? The buzz spread around town, people will come. And that's exactly what happened. Our youth group grew from 3 kids to 750 kids in less than 4 years in a town of 10,000. And it was pretty phenomenal just to see the change that was happening in my kids' lives. Seth, one of those speakers I brought in, his daughter was the first girl killed at Columbine back in 1999. He was the 20th or 25th speaker that I brought in. He came, he spoke. I was excited for the kids, just like every other speaker that had come to speak to them. But this one was different. He came in, he spoke. His final challenge was, he said, and I remember this, guys, he said on April 20th, 1999, I had no idea that was going to be the last day that I'd ever see my daughter. And he said, you have no idea tomorrow who's going to be here and who's not. And he said, I want you to go tell 5 people how much you love them, and you'll never, and because you never know how long they're going to be here with you. And so I knew who I was going to go tell. It wasn't my dad and mom because I hated my dad and mom. But then he said, some of them you're not in good standings with. And so I was like, crap. And I hated my dad because of the abusive dad he was. Long story short, I begged him to come back that night. We hadn't made things right. I was 23 years old. We hadn't made things right. And I felt like it was his responsibility too. And he heard that speaker that night, Daryl Scott, and he came and he wrote me a letter. It said, my wife and I have been looking for it, but he said, I'm sorry for the father I've been. Here my son is having an impact on hundreds of kids' lives, and I can't have an impact on my only son's life. He asked me for a second chance to do things right, and he told me he loved me for the first time in over a decade. And
Wow.
That was the day where I recognized, holy cow, the power of 1 hour on a stage and what it can do. And so we solicited his cell phone number. I said, Daryl, he wanted to change the school system. And I'm like, Daryl, the way you change the school system is you get on more stages and you get in front of your ideal clients. He was trying all of these things like bright, shiny object syndrome galore. And we helped him focus on stages. And literally over the last 15 years, not only did we grow our youth group from 0 to 750 kids, We've helped entrepreneurs use stages and speaking to grow their business. We helped him go from $0 to $7 million on an annual basis when they were getting ready to shut down the doors because they didn't have revenues coming in. We've taken entrepreneurs from 0 to 6, 0 to 7, 0 to 8 figures using stages and speaking. We've booked 25,000 stages across the world because of that one instance where he impacted my dad's life. And I'm excited because next year we're going to get to start really working with Kevin. And hopefully we're looking for that first client that we're going to take from 0 to 9 figures using stages and speaking.
I love that.
Yeah. So anyways, that's why I love it, man. This stems
Kevin
back
could use an extra billion.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I love it.
That's why I love stages, man.
Beautiful. Hey, so Pete, I love your story. You're amazing. And when I think of speakers, you hear the term speakers bureaus, right?
Yeah.
What do you do that would distinguish yourself from a speakers bureau? And for those that don't know what a speakers bureau is, maybe you could explain that real quick.
Yeah. So a speakers bureau gets you booked on stages, and they care about a speaking fee. So they care about the speaking fee. So I just recently spoke with Michael Phelps and Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel probably got $200K and Michael Phelps got somewhere around 100,000. I got $10,000. So everybody right on paper thinks, oh, wow, they did like 20 times what you did. So a speakers bureau cares about the fee, and they get you booked on stage. And here's the biggest misconception. Everybody wants a bureau, but bureaus don't want you unless you have a high demand. They love people who have a high demand. So it's kind of a catch-22. You want them when they don't want you, and you don't want them when they do want you, because they take 20 to 30% of your speaking fee. That's what a bureau does. I care about you using stages and speaking to influence the world and get on stages, yes. But the great Zig Ziglar said, I've never changed someone's life with the speaking gig, but if they buy my tapes and cassettes, I got a shot at changing their lives. He knew if you were he was in your ear past the stage, that
right.
If you invested in his programs, like probably us on this podcast today, he knew that's where he changed your life. So I'm not as concerned about a fee, although we've gotten big fees. I'm concerned about the opportunity for the crowd to be aware of the things that you do. And I'm concerned about the crowd going deeper with you in your products and services without you ever feeling like you have to sell from a stage. I come from the world, Daryl Scott, educational system, corporate. You couldn't sell from a stage. Like, you could not make an offer to superintendents and CEOs. Like, we had to structure the presentation in a way where people were simply asking us at the back, like, how do we work with you? How do we bring this back into your schools? We couldn't make an offer. And so I would say I'm like the modern day bureau where, yes, I care about the stage, but I also care about people going deeper with you, Kevin, in your product and service.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, a speakers bureau is front end loaded, you're back end loaded.
Yeah, back end loaded. Yes, sir.
So you look to create a long-term business relationship for your partners, speakers, however you position them, versus just getting that one-time speech that, gets that initial fee up front. So great distinguishment, and also, it creates a much bigger impact for the entrepreneur, the person that you're helping develop their business for.
Yeah, Pete, I know you've got a very special offer that you're making exclusively to our audience. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think just like Kevin said right there, we have the other thing that Tom Ziglar told us last week. He said Zig used to get his testimonials back afterwards. He'd have one of his ladies get the testimonials out. And Kevin, it was amazing. One of them would say, out of every 100 testimonies, one would say, "You changed my life on a stage." And 99 of them would say, your products, your services, your tapes, your programs, they changed my life. And that's where it was an aha for him, that it wasn't the stage changing in his life, it was his products and service changing in his life. So Seth, we believe we have a methodology called the 1 hour launch workshop coming up. 1 hour launch simply means that 60 minutes on a stage is so much faster and expediting to be able to grow your business than all of the other methods that exist out there. We say all the other methods are trendy. They come and they go. Just think about all the marketing methods that have been here and no longer here. Stages have been here for 2,000 years. And in 1 hour, you can expedite the sales cycle that might take you 8 to 12 months. And so, yeah, we're going to teach people what we've taught thousands of students in this workshop, online workshop, completely free of charge. How to be great on stage is important. How to get on stages systematically, as many stages as you want, and then how to attract customers from those stages that you're on. And so it's the 1 hour launch workshop. You spell one out, ONE, onehourlaunchworkshop.com/Kevin. And it's going to be going on for the next couple of weeks. And it's a free workshop with some major events happening throughout the course of it. And on the back end of the workshop, I'd be doing your crowd injustice if I just taught them how to use stages. I'm actually going to play Mr. Matchmaker at the back end, and I'll be interviewing 30 of the most powerful meeting planners. These are the people who control stages, that control thousands of offline and online stages. I'm going to be interviewing 30 of them on the back end live for your audience to be a part of and hear exactly what they think as they're making decisions to hiring these speakers on both online and offline stages.
onehourlaunchworkshop.com/Kevin. Pete, been an awesome interview. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us.
Yeah, thank you, bud.
Thank you, buddy. Good job, man. Take care.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. Looking forward to helping take you from zero or using. I know you have a lot of 9-figure companies already, but looking forward to having my hand in a part of that next year with another one. So
thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.